नमस्कार, मैं अंकिता मिश्रा। मैं मॉडर्न श्राइन्स मैगज़ीन की तरफ से बात कर रही हूँ। आई विल बी टॉकिंग इन इंग्लिश. So first of all, you're most welcome here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And to all of you and all of your viewers, and my namaskar to everyone.
Thank you so much, sir.
Audience and everyone watching your program.
Thank you so much. As Supriya madam has already asked you about the genres, and you said that you feel peace in everything. But still, I would like to ask you which genre is your favorite and you would like to perform more in that particular genre.
I'm not so sure if I can label it as one particular genre. But given a choice, I would choose a songwriting which is based on a particular rag, for example, and the composition has scope for some elaboration in terms of alaps, etc., in English lyrics. And if it is produced in a sound of jazz, blues, rock, pop rock, jazz, blues, sound, fusion, funk, a little bit of that, all combined together, and a little bit of Indian folk as a sound, as a music production. And if the songwriting is based in a particular raga and the lyrics are in English and maybe several other languages, I think that would be that is my ideal song, so to speak.
So other languages you are saying, so what other languages have you performed so far?
I've sung in Gujarati, Urdu, Farsi, Hindi of course, and Punjabi. One or two in Bengali, not too many. And I did one Jugalbandi with a Spanish singer.
Wow.
A few Spanish lyrics. In fact, one of our forthcoming albums on our label, Sweet Beats, is an American pop album produced by a very established company of the United States of America called MVP and VIP Loops. And they also work a lot with Dr. Dre. So they have produced one of our albums, and in that album there are a couple of Spanish songs as well. And I've sung certain parts in Spanish on that album. But it's a mainstream American pop album with influences of Indian classical melody. So yeah, those are the languages I have recorded in yet.
Okay.
Thus
So
far.
is there any particular language you wish to sing you have not got a chance yet?
Well, nothing in particular, but I'd like to sing in Kannada, Tamil, Malayali, Telugu maybe, and
Do you know those
Bhojpuri.
languages?
No, I don't know these languages at all. But I would
Won't
love
it
to.
be difficult to sing in?
Not really.
Okay.
If one has I mean, it can be written in a Roman script, the language, and whilst recording, if one has a vocal producer of that language, like how we guide people to sing in the correct pronunciation when they sing in Urdu or Hindustani or Persian. So similarly, if one has when one is recording, if one has a vocal producer in the form of a tutor to have the correct pronunciation and enunciation and emphasis of the language, so that we do full justice with it vis-a-vis the language and the tune and the song, then it's very achievable, it's possible, and people are doing it. I'd like to sing in Marathi too. I haven't sung in Marathi as yet. That's also on my radar.
Okay.
And Bhojpuri. These are the languages I would, I haven't recorded in thus far, but I would like to. The poetry of Kabir
Yes.
has no vested interest.
Right.
It's selfless.
Right.
but the message which is coming across is unparalleled and invaluable upon the human psyche. So I think that should be our role model, so to speak, you know.
Right.
And I really hope and wish that the Indian government and Indian Culture Ministry does promote all this and make it a priority.
Since we are talking about lyrics, sir, I would like to ask you that what inspires you to write such kind of lyrics? Like earlier you mentioned that you somehow you try to write lyrics that is related to girl child, and it kind of creates awareness among the people in the society. So do you work only for the girl child, or there are some other fields also you are writing about those things and you want to create awareness? Just tell us about that.
Well, I have written lyrics, and I also perform lyrics of other friends of mine who are brilliant writers, brilliant poets. And it's not just on girl child. We've recorded material on farmers, for the upliftment of farmers. Then towards equality in the society. I've recorded material which is against caste system.
Okay.
And I have a firm belief, if we did away with caste system, a lot of equality in the society would automatically manifest. And so there's a whole lot of folk stuff. Folk talent is what we've recorded, and we hope to make it mainstream. So that it becomes a regular income for that folk artist who's maybe at the moment living in abject poverty, and they need to be brought up.
So there is
what happens is that if you record with folk artists and bring them onto a level where they are financially independent, then not only are we promoting that particular culture and artist and demographics, but that person also starts living a life of dignity and is not ostracized in the society anymore.
That is important.
And so all these are social phenomena which through music and lyrics, if disseminated well, systematically, in a sensible way, on a global level, have a cascading effect on the society. And it's a win-win situation. It's a win situation. It's a win-win situation for any society. It's a win-win situation for that talent, for our culture, for the government, and it also helps in establishing our Bharatvarsh as, you know, as the superpower which we are, or we have the potential of becoming once again. And it just needs to be tapped in the right way. One has to be a bit selfless in this whole activity.
Right.
It's not that if we can making money, we should keep all the money. We should distribute the money.
Right.
Yeah. So that, you know, automatically everyone comes up. And I do believe finance is a very important part of this whole phenomena. And, you know, one needs money for a living. So if artists, whether it's craftsmen or weavers or writers or instrumentalists or vocalists or painters who are in the interiors and have such huge talent of having the potential of becoming global brands if promoted in the right way, in a systematic way, not ad hoc, but in a very systematic way. Very, very soon, I feel that Indian culture will become one of India's biggest exports. I have a belief in this. जिसे कहते हैं अकीदा. So that's my akeeda, you know.
It's like a belief of yours.
Yeah, yes. Because it's a belief which is based and concluded from what I have seen with my two eyes and perceived and observed in the society and experienced it.
Okay.
And
So do you think that this kind of work is happening in our society, in our country?
we are doing it, but not too many are. People are doing their own thing, which is great. They're doing some brilliant stuff, but it's not enough. And the thing is, unless we, think local and act global. Right now, people are thinking local and acting local.
Okay.
So that's why the reach is very limited. It's not going very far. And it's very individual centric. It's not a movement.
Right.
But the moment there's government support in the whole thing, it becomes a movement. So I think the secret lies in thinking and acting local, where the deliverables are global. And that is what is required right now for us to really become not just a superpower in soft tangibles, so to speak, but an actual superpower, which is a financial superpower for India and the Indian society. So that's my belief. And in Sweet Beats, our company, this is precisely what we're doing. We have a great team of financial consultants, musicians, gurus, and we've been lucky to consolidate. And it's not even a 2-year-old company, it's an infant company, but we've managed to achieve a lot on a global level. And we took baby steps initially, but this is just the beginning for us. So we are going ahead with this belief and, taking along all like-minded people who are coming along and willing to join us with a selfless attitude. Because, if you have $1 billion, how many Rolls Royce can you buy anyway?
Right.
So might as well,
That's true.
do some good for the society.
Yes.
And the country, and the region, and our culture. And that's my belief.
So, sir, you have performed in a lot of cities in our country, and you have gone abroad and you have performed. So, people outside, are they interested in Indian classical? Are they interested in Indian ghazals and Sufi songs? How much interest they are showing, and how much popularity of Indian songs is there abroad? Especially, I'm talking about the Western countries.
In the West, they're very open to new sounds. So even if I'm singing Om Asatoma Sadagamaya, which is in From Time Stood Still album, composed in Rag Malkauns and produced in a blues jazz rock sound.
And this was my school prayer also.
Oh really? Oh
Yes.
wow, there you go. Yeah, but they just, for example, the American and European audiences, they just lap up. They won't get up and leave. I mean, we've done a whole tour recently, and not one person gets up and leaves in the audience, and they buy expensive tickets. Not one gets up and leaves. So maybe time has come for our music to manifest itself on a global level. It just needs the correct medium and the support system, and people to carry it forward. And the dissemination of it is very important at the moment. At the same time, audiences like to be entertained. So one has to have a judicious mix of beautiful content in terms of lyrics, music, poetry, everything. And at the same time, have an entertainment value to the entire performance. So that is very important. Audiences worldwide I want to be entertained too if I'm in the audience.
Yes, that's
Also, audiences like to hear some familiar stuff.
okay.
If I go to a Pink Floyd concert, then I do want to listen to songs which I've listened to on their albums while growing up. And of course, we'll listen to new stuff as well. But audiences like to be entertained by listening to familiar stuff. And at the same time, so the familiar stuff syndrome is a lot more in India than overseas.
Yes.
Overseas, people want to hear new stuff. They want to hear fresh things, fresh sound, fresh. They're very open that way, and they enjoy it. In India, we yet have to evolve more as an audience. Also because most of the stuff is Bollywood centric.
Yes.
So for independent music, it's a bit of a challenge. But it's there. It's there for keeps.
So speaking of Bollywood, have you ever got any offer from Bollywood?
Well, I've done a couple of films for friends, but I've never really chased it, so to speak. I've always been an independent musician, so to speak. And if something comes my way and they like, we have a huge bank of songs right now in Sweet Beats, over almost 250 songs recorded, ready, and we own the rights for them. And if there's an opportunity, if any of the songs go in a Bollywood movie, then we would gladly participate.
Okay.
Yes.
So the doors are open actually.
Yeah, the doors are open for anything. The idea is to disseminate what we believe in on every platform, on any and every platform globally.
So my last question is, you have worked with Asha Bhosle ji. So how was your experience with her?
Well, it was an exhilarating experience. Very unique experience. I'm really privileged and honored to work with a living legend like her. And she's a very whilst inherently she has a side which is very funny. At the same time, she's a very committed and serious artist, a very committed vocalist, and the beauty is that she loves to sing, regardless of where she is. She has no inhibitions. She loves to sing, and she was telling me one day, मैं तो गाते माइक के सामने ही गाते गाते जाऊंगी. That's a commitment to her art, the love which she has towards her art and vocals. And before we started recording for my album, she did a lot of riyaz for the album. So that's the kind of commitment she has. And even in the studio whilst we were recording the album, even the days when she was not required, we were dubbing other instruments, she used to come and hang, I said, अरे आप आ जाएंगी? हाँ नहीं, मुझे लगा मेरा मन नहीं करा तो मैं आ गई ऐसे ही. चलिए आइए बैठिए चाय पीजिए. She doesn't eat much. Yeah, especially in the studio, and she gets tea for everyone in a thermos. And she gets her own cookies, biscuits. She's an awesome cook. I've had some really
she has
yummy stuff.
Chain of restaurants also.
Yeah, they're called ASHA.
Yeah.
I've eaten in one of those in Dubai.
Me too, in Dubai only.
Yeah, and it's all her recipes on the menu.
It's all her recipes.
Yeah, she's an awesome cook.
Yeah,
she's one of a kind. She and Lataji both, they are irreplaceable.
Correct.
And any kind of comparison to them vis-a-vis any other artist, I feel is unfair and foolish. So it was a mind-blowing experience, and by the divine grace, the album was a big hit. It made a lot of money for the then record label, and it did a lot of good for all of us, including Asha ji. Which is something which is really gratifying and rewarding for me. Yeah.
Sir, any 2 lines from that same album?
Well, the famous video from it is the famous ghazal which I recorded, Aaj Jaani Ki Zid Na Karo, which I recorded. Aaj Jaani Ki Zid Na Karo, Aaj Jaani Ki Zid Na Karo, यूं बैठे रहो ओ यूं ही पहलू में बैठे रहो आज जाने के जिद न करूं. Something like that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
My
much.
pleasure.
Thank you so much for coming here and talking to us.
My pleasure, and Diwali greetings to all your viewers
Thank you so
and
much.
spectators, and a big thank you to all of you.
Thank you
My
so much.
namaskar.